Hi and welcome in a new episode of Goku hand reviews, where we review hands that you guys send us, and yeah, hopefully this will be good. So let's jump right into it. This is an online MTT. Uh, as far as I'm concerned, it's the somewhat late stage of the tournament. It's like I don't know, 100 people left till the money. The blinds are 3.5k and 1.75k. The ante is 435. Our hero has 35 big blinds stack, and the average stack on the table is pretty much the exact hero's stack. So let's see how it goes. There's a raise to 2 big blinds from the under the gun +1, and our hero decides to flat it. Well, this is well, let's maybe go through the other people and then we'll come back to the decision itself. Okay, so everybody else faults, right? Okay. So I don't really like flatting here because we've got 1, 2, 3 people plus the blinds after us, all of which can 3-bet and push us off this hand. As we can see, this guy is really short. He's only got 14 bigs, and this guy on the bottom is quite aggressive. He's got a 33% 3-bet, and well, it's only 16 hands, but still, I don't really like the flat here. I would much prefer a 3-bet to perhaps like 18k or something like that. Maybe to like probably I would even like a big 3-bet, like 25k here with 9-10, because what we really want to get is a fold. We don't want to play this hand, especially versus under the gun +1. But well, the hero flats, and we see a flop, which is a great flop for us. We flop top pair plus the nut flush draw. We flop top pair plus the flush draw, and the villain bets half pot, right? We raise it to 28.9. And the villain calls. So at this point, do I like the hero's 3-bet? Well, let's go back. Yeah, so the pot is 23k. The villain has got 101k, and our hero's got 115, right? The villain bets 11.5, so exactly half pot. And I think I would much rather prefer to see a call here because if the villain is bluffing with high cards, well, raising here only makes him probably throw away those cards, and we don't want him to fold them. On the other hand, we raise 2.5, probably less even than 2.5. So it's not too huge of a raise. We offer him good odds, so not really sure what to think of this. But yeah, our hero 3-bets. I think I would prefer to see a call here, not to build a huge pot. Well, I understand the hero's intention is to get it all in, probably on this flop, but I'm not sure if raising here is a good idea with 9-10, because this is not a very strong hand. The villain has a lot of overpairs. He has all the high cards. Well, the flush draw is not that likely because we have the flush draw, but raising here allows him to shove all his overpairs. And just flatting would probably be a better option, in my opinion. The villain calls. The pot is now 81k, and ace falls on the turn. The villain now checks, and we bet 1/3 of the pot. I really don't like a bet here, because I think it'd be better to check. What are we really trying to represent with a bet here? Well, a set, pocket nines, pocket fours, maybe pocket deuces. Well, ace 9 maybe. And the ace hits his range way more than it hits ours. So, but also the ace is a scary card. His call on the flop indicates that he's likely to have an overpair, as well as, of course, ace king. He could still have ace queen as well. That's why I would much rather prefer a higher 3-bet on the flop, because or a call. But if we're 3-betting on the flop, I think it's important to make it bigger so that he loses, so that the villain folds most of his aces or all his ace X type of hands. But yeah, the hero bets quarter pot here. Well, actually, I think I would like to see I would much rather see an all-in here instead of 1/3 of the pot bet, because this would put the biggest pressure on the villain, and quarter pot bet. Doesn't really put that much pressure on him, and he decides to call. So now the river is a 6 of spades, and our villain checks, and our hero now shoves. I'm not sure I like the shove here. There's 134,000 in the pot, and the villain's got 45k behind. Hero's got 60k. Hero's really representing I don't know. This just doesn't seem like a good move. Hero's trying to represent, of course, sets, deuces, fours, nines, probably ace 9, ace 9 of hearts, maybe a hand like ace 6. But heroes also got a lot of missed flush draws, a lot of missed straights, and villain certainly has got a lot of overpairs. He's got a lot of nines, a lot of stronger nines than ours. He's got a lot of aces. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the way this hand went down clearly shows that this is just not a good bluff here. I would much prefer to see a check here and shove on the turn, because what's the villain really folding here? He might fold better nines, sure. He will probably not fold any aces. He might fold some of his overpairs, probably tens. He might fold jacks, maybe. Queens, he's probably calling. Kings calling. Aces, well, obviously calling. Ace 9, of course he's calling. Well, 9-6 is not a possibility. Yeah, I think we're not gaining a lot by betting here, because we're not gonna make him fold too much of the range that beats us. And if we're ahead with our 9-10, then it's just better to realize the equity and just check. So the villain calls, and he has pocket jacks. Yeah. So let's go over the hand once more. First, pre-flop. Well, call with 9-10 suited from middle position on the 35 big blind stack. Well, I guess it's okay. But I would much rather like a 3-bet to something like 18k. And yeah, on the flop, I would match on the flop our hero 3 bets on the small side. I would much rather see a bigger size here, or a call. On the turn, yeah, I would either want to see a bigger bet, like maybe something in the vicinity of 38k or 42k, something around half par. But he's only got 72k, so perhaps it'd be better to just shove it and put him, you know, to the test. Yeah, this bet 26.7, I think it's just too small, you know. I like the idea of barreling here with the pair of nines and the flush draw, but I would much rather want to see a bigger bet, especially with the villains stack. Villain calls. Now we have, you know, a brick on the river, and yeah, the pot is 135 almost. Villains got 45, we got 60, we got 59. Not sure this bet here can really achieve a lot. You know, the way this hand went down. We're wrapping an ace here for sure, or a set. But you know, he knows that we've also got a lot of missed straight draws, missed flush draws. Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be it. I'm sorry if this is not the best format, but I'm just learning it, so hopefully for the next hand it can make a little bit more sense talking, so we'll see that, right? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.